Since its debut in 2002, Lilo & Stitch has touched a generation with its emotional story about friendship, family, and acceptance. Over the years, the franchise expanded with series, spin-offs, and even a new live-action version. But how has Lilo & Stitch transformed over the years? And what can we expect from this beloved classic's next chapter? First movie. Lilo & Stitch first hit the big screen in 2002, in the movie that shares their names. The story begins with a little orphan girl named Lilo Pelikai, who is raised by her older sister Nani after their parents' death. But everything in her life changes when, quite literally, Experiment 626, or better known as Stitch, falls from the sky. After that heartbreaking loss, young Lilo had a hard time connecting with other kids, and that left her feeling pretty lonely. So she made herself a rag doll named Scrump, who she shared her world with. Stitch looked like a puppy, but he was actually an alien designed to cause chaos and destruction across the galaxy. With his blue, koala-like appearance and mischievous ways, he was created by a mad scientist named Jumba, who later regretted his chaotic experiments and ended up living with Lilo & Stitch. The movie brought a beautiful concept of family inspired by Hawaiian culture, ohana. This concept teaches that family isn't just about blood, but about the people who share a purpose and care for one another. In other words, family is the group that sticks together through the good times and the messes. After the massive success of the first movie, Lilo & Stitch's journey didn't stop there. The adventure expanded into series, movies, and even different versions around the world, showing that this blue alien and his makeshift family had way more stories to tell. So, come with us and check out another awesome video. TV series. In 2003, the Lilo & Stitch animated series premiered, with 65 episodes that aired through 2006. The show picks up right where the movie left off, following Lilo & Stitch as they take on the not-so-easy mission of tracking down and rehabilitating Jumba's other alien experiments, a whole alien zoo that escaped the cage. Every episode introduced a new little monster, a lesson about friendship, and of course, tons of chaos in Hawaii. The storyline stayed strong, featuring almost all the original movie characters, plus some new faces that popped in along the way. Because there's always room for one more alien in the madness. And like any good cartoon, it all wrapped up with a big finale, featuring Leroy, a super evil, totally heartless version of Stitch. He was created after Jumba was kidnapped by none other than the galaxy's cutest yet most annoying villain, Dr. Hamsterveal, a hamster with a Napoleon complex who wanted to build an army of Leroys to take over the world. And of course, only Stitch could stop this fuzzy threat from destroying Earth. Brother Bear. Also in 2003, Stitch made an appearance in Brother Bear, but not in the way you're thinking. He actually popped up in a deleted scene, crashing the set during filming, in a funny and random moment in the forest. It's worth remembering that Brother Bear is another movie all about family, just like Lilo & Stitch. The story follows three brothers who love each other deeply, but after a tragic bear attack, Kenai ends up being transformed into the one animal he despises, a bear. To become human again, he has to journey to the mountain where the lights touch the earth. But during the trip, he makes important new friends, including a young orphaned cub who's just as lost as he is, and this changes Kenai's view of bears forever. It's a huge life lesson for him, learning to become what he feared most. The best part? There's a hilarious scene where Stitch, being his usual prankster self, sneaks into the studio and makes a quick cameo in the film. But where's Lilo? Maybe she didn't want to join in on her best buddy's prank this time? The Lion King. Lilo & Stitch are always stirring up trouble in Hawaii, and this time they decided to watch The Lion King up close and personal, right alongside the main characters. In The Lion King, 1.5, aka The Lion King 3, there's a part near the end where Timon and Pumbaa are watching their own movie. Pumbaa wants to rewind and watch it again, but Timon is totally against it. Of course, Timon's word never really counts, no one takes him seriously, so his mom shows up and says, "Let's rewatch it, and invite everyone." At that moment, tons of Disney characters appear, or at least their silhouettes, and we can spot Stitch in the crowd. Lilo's not with him though. Maybe she was practicing her hula or studying for finals. After all, she'd never miss a movie night with popcorn and laughs, unless she really had to. Lilo and Stitch 2. In 2005, the second movie in the franchise hit theaters after the huge success of the first one. One night, Stitch wakes up from a nightmare and reverts to his original programming, and every fan knows that's big trouble. It's important to remember that Lilo's buddy was created to be destructive, but her love and kindness changed him. Her sweet nature showed him that anyone can choose to be something different, even if they weren't designed for it. That means he didn't have to follow his original programming. Meanwhile, Lilo is super focused on winning a hula dance contest, hoping to repeat her mom's big win from the 1970s. She's totally committed, but that ends up meaning she doesn't give Stitch the attention he really needs during a tough time. Basically, Nani's little sister becomes obsessed with the festival and really lets her best friend down. At the same time, Jumba tries to fix Stitch's programming glitch, but things go wrong, and Stitch ends up fading away. Before that happens, though, his malfunctions ruin Lilo's chances at the competition, and that leads to a huge fight. The most emotional moment in the film is when Lilo gives up the festival to help Stitch and finds out he's seriously sick. And sadly, the worst has happened, but her love brings him back to life. As a thank you, Stitch organizes a special festival so she can honor her mom. Now that's what you call a true friend. Fans absolutely loved this sequel, and it's still remembered fondly to this day. Before we keep exploring the evolution of Lilo and Stitch, drop a comment below with the word blue in honor of Lilo's awesome blue bestie. Series. That same year, a short-form series called The Original Stitch was released. It was a quick special about our favorite blue furball, showing a slightly different take on his life. And it was later turned into bonus scenes for the movie Lilo and Stitch 2. It served as a cool little extra for fans who wanted more episodes of this intergalactic adventure. Leroy and Stitch. Siblings don't always get along, and that's even tougher when you're Stitch, especially with Leroy around, a version created just to take down our favorite blue troublemaker. In 2006, Leroy and Stitch premiered. After capturing all of Jumba's experiments, Lilo and Stitch were rewarded by the Galactic Alliance. Jumba got the keys back to his lab, he landed a job as a supervisor, who would have thought, and Stitch was promoted to captain of the Galactic Armada. And Lilo? She became the official guardian of her two best friends and all the lost experiments on Earth. She even got adoption papers for Experiment 625, who everyone thought was just a messy little dog. But hey, not everything is sunshine and rainbows in the Disney universe. The evil Dr. Hamsterville escaped prison, and with help from his crime partner Gantu, he forced Jumba to create a new experiment, with the same powers as Stitch, only meaner and way less cuddly. And if that wasn't bad enough, they decided to clone the creature and build an army of Leroys, ready to conquer the entire galaxy. At the end, there was even a tribute to the first movie, proving that this adventure is far from over, always full of heart, chaos, and a whole lot of laughs. Stitch! It's easy to forget, but there was actually a Stitch anime made especially for Japanese audiences. This series aired from 2008 to 2011, and instead of Lilo, it featured a girl named Yuna Kamihara. This change was made so that kids in Japan could better relate to the story. Instead of Hawaii, the show is set in a fictional version of Okinawa, because adding that local vibe is everything. Produced by a Japanese studio, the series ran for a few seasons and became so popular that it even got two specials, one in 2012 and another in 2015. So yeah, Stitch won hearts all the way across the world too, proving that wherever there's chaos, love, and a blue alien, everyone wants to watch. Big Hero 6. Stitch made another sneaky appearance, this time in 2014's Big Hero 6. The movie tells the story of two brothers who are super into tech, until one of them tragically dies, leaving the other alone to create incredible robots. So, where does Stitch come in? He shows up in some fun little Easter eggs throughout the movie, like in a photo frame in the main character's home, and again as two plush pillows seen when he visits a friend after being chased by the villain. One pillow is blue and clearly looks like Stitch, while the other is red and probably represents Lilo, a sweet little nod for longtime fans. Even when he's not a main character, Stitch always finds a way to show up and steal hearts, even from the background Stitch and AI. In 2017, a brand new animated series called Stitch and I was released in China, fully dubbed in Mandarin. Just like the Japanese version, this show also swapped Lilo for a local girl named Yang Yilan, and the story takes place in the mountain region of Chongqing. The interesting part is that even though the show aired in China, it was originally produced in English with the help of American animators, and only then dubbed into Mandarin. That means Stitch doesn't just travel through space, he travels across cultures and languages too, always finding new friends and wild adventures wherever he goes. And now's the perfect time. If you're not already subscribed, go hit that subscribe button. That way you won't miss any of the awesome new stuff coming to the channel. Better Nate than ever. Another fun appearance of Lilo and Stitch happened in the movie Better Nate Than Ever. Nate, the main character, is a huge fan of the duo and has one big dream: to create a musical inspired by the adventures of Lilo and Stitch. He's so in love with Stitch that watching the movie isn't enough. He wants to bring the story to the stage and show the world just how awesome this blue alien really is. With a lot of hard work and a bit of that classic Stitch-style chaos, Nate manages to get the musical off the ground. He even teaches the cast all about who Stitch is, making sure no one misses the heart of the character. The musical ends up being a total success and a beautiful tribute to the friendship and adventure that only Lilo and Stitch can deliver. Chibi Tiny Tale. In 2020, Lilo and Stitch popped up again in another Disney Channel short called Tiny Tales. These animated miniseries focus more on fun and action than long dialogue, and they gave us a little more of the mischief from Hawaii's most adorable duo. Even without much talking, you can totally feel the chemistry and personality between Lilo and Stitch, proving you don't need a lot of words to win the audience over. It's that classic formula: lots of mayhem, huge hearts, and of course, one stylish blue alien. Once Upon a Studio. Produced by Disney, this short film brought together an epic reunion of characters, starting with Mickey and Minnie stepping out of the picture frames to gather everyone in the studio. When it's time for the group photo, of course something had to go wrong. Goofy falls off the ladder right as they snap the shot. And to top off the chaos, Stitch makes a super quick appearance. But Lilo grabs him right away to keep him from causing more trouble. This scene happened 2 years before the live-action movie premiered. A fun little sneak peek that got everyone excited to see the whole gang back together. Wish. The last appearance before the movie came during the credits of Wish, which tells the story of a 17-year-old girl named Asha. She feels a darkness no one else notices, and in a moment of deep need, she makes a wish to the stars. That's when her incredible journey begins. It's during the credits that Stitch makes his surprise appearance, adding that special touch for fans just before the next chapter of the saga. Live action. In 2025, the live-action Lilo and Stitch movie hit theaters, winning over fans and drawing big crowds. The film features Lilo, a sweet and kind-hearted little girl, and Stitch, now brought to life in 3D, creating the perfect blend between real life and animation. This mix of both worlds worked really well, bringing back all the magic and emotion fans love, while also capturing the hearts of those meeting the duo for the very first time. Lilo and Stitch have proven over the years that they're more than just a cartoon. They're a true celebration of friendship, adventure, and unconditional love. If you're into Bluey and animated shows, we've got 2 awesome videos you're going to love. Thanks for watching, and see you next time!